What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're going to combine Venom with Bowser from Super Mario. Let's get started in the center of our page with the top edge of the nose. We're going to start on the left side, add a curve going up, and then down on the right. And then from the ends, we're going to curve this down and then in towards the center point. Let's go up to the top and add the nostrils. On the left, curve in and then down. Line this up on the right and do the same thing. Now we tuck the muzzle in behind the side of the nose. Starting on the left, curve this up and then bend that down. Go to the right, going up and then down on the side. Now from here, we're just going to curve this down and just pull that up towards the bottom center of the nose. Let's add two large fangs on either side. Starting on the left, angle down and in, and then pull that back up. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now I'm going to work our way along the inside edge of the mouth. Starting on the left side, curve this in and then down. Go over towards the right, just bring that down towards the same height. Now we want to layer Venom's tongue along the bottom. Starting on the left side, I'm going to step out, curve this across, and then bend that down. Go back to the left side, curve the tongue going up, across towards the right, down, and then in towards that bottom point. Let's go back out to the side and draw on the cheeks. We're going to start on the top left, curve this up, come down the side, and then bend that in. Let's line this up on the right, going up, around, and then in towards the side. Now we want to follow that same curve, coming in and then down towards the outside of the chin. And then we'll round up the chin, starting back on the left, curve this out, come down, just pull that up in the middle, come down and out in behind the tongue, continue on the outside and back up towards the top. Now we're going to move back up to the top and draw the inside edge of the brow. Starting on the left side of the nose, curve this in and then up, go to the right, and do the same thing. Now from here we're going to focus on the left eye. Starting from the bottom, let's curve the brow going up, and then bending that out. And I'll add some points of fur along the outside. Curving up and in with a short line, going out and then down, and then again just tapering that up and in. Let's add one more point, going up and out. I'm just going to taper the brow coming in and then down on the inside. Just going to round out the bottom, just pull that up towards the inside of the brow. Let's tuck the eye up underneath the brow. Starting on the left side, round up the side of the eye and pull that in. I'm just going to curve this in and then down on top of the muzzle. Let's add the iris and pupil along the top. Starting up here, we draw a circle, going all the way around and then back up. Add a small black dot in the center. Now I'm going to close off the side of the head. From the side of the eye, step out, curve the head going out and then down on top of the cheek. Now I'm going to move over and draw Venom's right eye. Starting from this point, curve down and out. We're going to round out the top of the eye, going up and then out. Round up the end and then hook that back in. Now I'm going to pull this back around the side. So tapering this up, down on the side, and down, and then pull that in on top of the cheek. Now from here we're going to separate the center of the head. Let's start from the top of the brow on the left, curve up towards the middle, then this out towards the left, and back in towards the center, and then bend that back out towards the left. Let's add some fluid along the top. From the left side, round this out, come in and then down, curve this up and out towards the right, round this out, and then pull that back in. Let's pull this back around going down and out towards the right. Just going to work our way around the eye, come down and then in on top of the cheek. Let's go back to the center at the edge of the hairline, curving up and then out in behind the brow. Let's go up to the top, curve the hair going out, and back in, and then taper that back down. Let's add one larger point, going up and then in towards the middle, bend that down and across in behind. Let's add two large horns on the side of the head, starting from the top of the cheek. I'm going to curve this out and then bend that up. Do the same thing on the right. And then from the end, I'm just going to taper this back down and then in towards the side of the head. Now we're going to continue this separation across the face. Let's start on the left side of the nose, curve this out and then in, round this out, and then come down towards the top edge of the mouth. Let's go underneath the tongue, curve this down and then up, round at the end, and come back across towards the right. Let's separate the inside edge of the horns. On the top left, step out, curve this out, and then in. Do the same thing on the right. Now from here, we're going to layer the edge of the shell in behind the head. Let's start on top of the cheek, curve this up, bend that out, go to the right side, going up, and then out. And we'll go back to the left side, curve the shell going up, and then in behind the horn. I just want to continue this along the inside. Let's do the same thing on the right. Going up, then in behind the horn, continue along the inside. Let's draw the outside of the shell. Starting on the outside, curve this up, and then in behind the head, line this up on the right, going across, around the tip of that horn, and then pull that down. Let's add a spike on the left side. Starting down here, it's going to start with the socket, going up and then down. Going back to the left side, angle this up and out, pull this down and in. Let's add some more fluid on the right side. Starting from the top of the shell, curve this out and in, round up the top, and pull that back down. Round this out and go back up towards the right. Now we're going to work our way back down towards the bottom of the shell. Round up the top, pull that in, round this out, going out, and then bending that back in towards the side. Now we're going to take that same horn, flip it over on the right side in behind that fluid. So let's start right here, angle up and out, come down and in. Let's add one more horn in the center behind the head, starting right at the very top. Start with a point. From here we're going to curve this out and then down towards the left. Go back to the center, curve this out and then down towards the right. And then go back down to the bottom corners of the shell and draw the inside edge of the strap. Starting on the left, curve this in and then bend that down. Let's go to the right, coming in and then down towards the same height. Let's flatten off the end with a short angle line. And we'll draw that same line along the top. Let's connect the top to the bottom with that same curve. Coming in and then down. Let's add some spikes across the strap. Starting from the top, step in, go straight up, angle this down and in, go to the inside, step down, and straight down, angle this up and out. Let's do the same thing on the right. And we'll add a circle in the center of the strap on both sides. And Then go to that inside point of the strap, curve the body going up and in underneath the cheeks. Let's go back down and round out the side of the body, starting underneath the spike, curve this down and then in towards the hip, go to the right, and do the same thing. Let's connect the hips with a half circle, starting on the left, come down, round out the body, and then pull that back up on the right. Now we're going to add VENOM symbol in the center of the body in behind the chin. Let's start over on the left side, curve this down and in towards the middle, and the same thing on the right. And then from the bottom, angle up and in with a short line, close off the bottom with a straight line. Let's add those arms along the side of the body, starting from the hip, curve this up and in behind the chin, do the same thing on the right. Now step up and just trace that across the top. Let's leave a small gap and do that again, curving up and in, step up, draw that twice. Now I'm going to add 2 more sets of arms on either side. I'm going to step up, curve this up and in, step up, and draw that twice. Let's leave another gap, draw that last set. Now we're going to continue working down towards the bottom of the feet. Leaving a gap in the center, let's go to the left side, curve the leg coming down and then out, go over towards the right, and do the same thing. Now from the end, we're going to step in, curve the leg coming in, and then down towards the heel. Let's round out the bottom of the feet. Starting from the left heel, curve the foot coming down, and then up towards the first claw. Let's draw the first claw. Starting from the bottom of the foot, we're going to curve up towards the top, bend that down towards the tip, and connect the tip to the inside of the foot with a curve going up and in. Let's layer 2 more claws on either side. Starting from the top, curve up and then down. Just pull that back in. Let's do that one more time. Now move over and do the same thing on the right. Now from here we're going to go back up to the side of the body and draw the outside of the leg. From the hip we're going to step up, curve the leg going out, come down. Just going to bend that in on top of the foot. Let's line this up on the right. Going out, down, and then bending that in. Let's go to the top of the last claw, curve the foot going up and in behind the leg. Now we're going to continue that separation across the top of the left leg. Starting from the outside, curve down, bend that up, round out the top, and then bend that back out towards the left. Round out the end, and then pull that back in, round this out, and then go up. I want to pull this back down towards the bottom of the foot. So rounding out the top, coming down, and then bending that out. Now from here we're going to move back up and draw on the arms. Let's start from the bottom of the strap, curve the arm going out, and then down towards the wrist, go over towards the right, and do the same thing, coming down towards the same height. Now going back to the left side, we're going to draw a half circle, coming in, and then out for the thumb, close off the end with a bracket. Let's add 3 large fingers on either side. Starting from the bottom of the thumb, we curve this down, bend that up around the bracket. Now to step down, draw the second finger, coming down and then up. Let's go over towards the side, curve the third finger going out. We're going to round up the arm and just tuck that up underneath that strap, leaving a little overlap on the outside. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now I'm going to add that same strap across the wrist. Let's start on top of the thumb, curl this up, and then down on the outside. Now going back to the left, step up, draw that same curve coming in. Let's add a spike on the outside, coming down and then in, go to the inside, do the same thing, and then we'll repeat that on the right. Let's add a circle in the center of the strap. Now we're going to carry that same fluid across the center of the left arm, starting from the inside, come down, and then up, round up the top, come down and in, round up the inside, go up towards the left side of the arm, and then we'll bend that back out towards the side. Now you want to continue the outside of the shell coming down in behind the arm towards the side of the body. So let's start from the inside of the left arm, curl down, and then in behind the leg. Now we're going to move back down and add the tail coming out towards the right. Let's start from the inside of the left leg, curl the tail coming down, and then out in behind the right leg. Continue on the outside, going out and bending that up. Let's taper that back in towards the side of the leg. Let's add a spike along the top of the tail, going up and then angling this back down. Let's add another spike coming out from the side of the body, starting from the side of the shell, and go up and out, pull that back down and in. Let's line this up on the right side, in behind the fluid, go up and out, come back down and in. Now we're going to go back and add a few spots on the left side of that seam. Let's start from the hairline, go this up, then back down, go down towards the chin on the left, add a small circle, go out towards the arm, add another circle. I'm going to add one more tucked in underneath that strap with a half circle. Let's add one more on the outside of the leg, curving in and then back out. And that's pretty much it. There's a mashup between Venom and Bowser. I hope you enjoyed today's mashup, and if you did, make sure you subscribe and send me your ideas in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.